everyone. This is AGDQ 2014. Awesome Games Done Quick. We are raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It is a non-profit organization that supports cancer prevention research, education, advocacy, and outreach programs nationwide. Every last bit of your donations goes straight to them. We are currently setting up the TASbot, which is a robot that has been programmed to play video games. And we have got quite a crowd out here to watch this goofy thing. The incentive for which Mario game for it to play, Super Mario 64 Zero Star Run has won, so we'll be seeing it play that pretty quick. Few donation comments here. Sandizzles donated $175. Thank you very much. It says, first time watcher, and like so many others, I've lost too many friends and family to cancer. Thanks to everyone involved in AGDQ for supporting such a great cause. Thank you for donating. Remember, this marathon is being put on by both Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live. Speed Demos Archive is the premier community for video game speedruns. If you go to twitch.tv/team/SDA, you'll see a ton of great speedruns there. Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against others. Players of all skill levels are welcome, whether you'd like to become competitive or race casually with friends. If you go to speedrunslive.com, you can see more information on that and watch some great speedrun races. Some of our sponsors, the Yeti, THEYETEE.com. They have a line of AGDQ t-shirts again this year. $3 from the sale of each shirt, it goes directly to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. If you go to theyeti.com/SDA, you will see where you can pick up your awesome nerd shirts. Let me tell you, just about everyone here has been wearing a Yeti shirt. So they're good stuff, high quality. GameSpot donated the cameras to use for our marathons. That's why the marathon is such high quality. So, giving them a shout out. Now, Twitch TV has obviously made this stream possible. They also have a donation incentive for the whole marathon. For every 1,000 viewers at the stream's maximum concurrent viewership, they will donate $50. So that means if the stream tops out at, say, 25,000 max concurrent viewers, then that will be a $1,250 donation. 50,000 viewers will be a $2,500 donation. And the maximum donation that they will give is $5,000 if we reach 100,000 concurrent viewers. So spread the word, get it out there so that way we can get an extra $5,000. And if you want to spread the word, let people know that this is going on at gamesdonequick.com. You can use the hashtag AGDQ2014, get that trending. Let people know these games are getting destroyed. And we have apparently started the robot apocalypse because we're teaching one of these robots to actually do speedruns. We are setting it up right now. And also, if you donate during this TASbot demonstration, you can apparently win the TASbot. Have your own robot minion play video games for you. Speaking of which, Freebie donated $250, and they say, putting in a donation because of the great cause and the fact that I need that TASbot. Put $100 each to each of the two F-Zero GX incentives because people need to see CGN in all its mind-blowing glory. Put the last $50 towards going into the animals room at the end of Super Metroid. teabagging them and then leaving them without saving them, or just killing them if you want to be boring about it. Toodles! Alexander H. donated $50. Says, I've been watching AGDQ in 2010. Been watching ever since. And it just gets better and better every year. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Raymond L. donated $20. Says, greetings from Australia. I lost a very close family member. Oh, excuse me. I read that wrong. I lost a very close family friend due to stomach cancer about 3 years ago. His memory will never die within me, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon AGDQ/SDDQ. Keep up the good work, everyone. I'll be watching as much as I can when I'm on break until my PhD starts. Love from Australia. And he puts a little heart. Gimmick Theory donated $49. Says, thanks for everything you are doing. I enjoy watching the games. Cancer is no gimmick. Let's beat it together. Green K4 donated $30. Says, what's up, all you beautiful people? Green K4 here. Thank you for doing everything you do, and let's continue to infinite combo cancer. Shoutouts and good luck to my TSSB people. And sorry I can't be with you this year. 2015 for sure. Much love and PogChamp to all of you, runners and viewers. Put 25 to Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, being as I'd like to surprise my best friend with that run, and maybe the prizes. Super early, I know, but still. And the rest to ActRaiser too, because PJ needs to get the world record on stream. Jason donated $20. Caught SGDQ last year, was completely blown away by all the runs, especially Zost's Super Metroid run. Can't wait for the Zero Mission run and Super Metroid race. Last one out should save the animals. Now the next incentive after this, after the TASbot, or the next one on the list, I should say, is for I Want to Be the Guy Gaiden. The incentive is to have Yagamoth play I Want to Be the Guy Gaiden. It is set at $1,000. It only has 10. If you want to see this guy play this incredibly, ridiculously, stupidly, hilarious, difficult game, you should probably get that money in. We are setting up the TASbot right now. TASbot is programmed to play several different games, one of which is going to be Mario 64. I believe it is also going to be playing Gradius. And it is built out of a ROB, so it's adorable. Sir Tonk donated $50. Stream looks amazing this year. Congrats to Uranium Maker, Mike Uyama, and everyone else that made it possible. Thank you very much. should be noted that the Prevent Cancer Foundation is actually named a research grant after it, after SDA. French Toast donated $25. Here's to an awesome Cave Story run and to give more level up Doritos to the gun so that way it will destroy cancer for good. This donation can go towards the challenge and or the game of the comment reader's choice. Oh, the challenge or the game of my choice. Well, I will pick something. So the next prize that you'll be donating for is the TASbot. When the robot overlords take over, you can say, nah man, I'm with TASbot. You guys can't terminate me.
You here for it? Okay.
Okay. Well, Sid, are you ready to go?
Oh, all right. We're ready to go.
I'm down.
All right. Ooh, I can't stand up, can I? I guess I'm going to have to sit. So if anybody can see on the screen, this is Rob, and he's actually the star of the show. Now, granted, it is this is a fully functional Rob. I would turn him on, but he would turn around and make lots of noise. He is holding a Raspberry Pi down here and a adapter board that's acting as a buffer to go between the Raspberry Pi and a console. So let me show you what Rob can do. So can you turn on the NES, sir? So this is Rob. Now, he's playing back pre-recorded input that we previously put together painstakingly, frame by frame. And in this case, this run is made by Adelicat. Adelicat went through the trouble of doing awesome stuff. Now, it's an auto-scroller. There's not a whole lot you can do. It's not like you can make it go any faster. So what he did is that. There's about 10 minutes of this, so. Now, it is not at all fair to compare what he's doing to anything that a live runner could do. He used an emulator ahead of time, painstakingly went through in slow motion.
Yeah, he's not doing it right now.
I shouldn't even talk. This is just too awesome to watch.
Now the robots are showing up.
So, how do you follow that? Okay, what you're seeing here is a combination of things. First of all, he did use Lua scripting. He used a scripting language called Lua in order to make it easier to do things like run around in circles, so he didn't have to do all that by hand. He's also playing literally perfect and manipulating enemies in however way he feels like it, basically. You'll see here that as he's moving around, the enemies will respond to him, and he knows what's going to happen. Oh, it gets better, don't worry. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. Oh, my goodness, we desynced. Okay, can somebody go get my NES? Okay, what you just saw was a desynchronization where the hardware has slightly different timing than the run was expecting. This is a really, really common problem, even in the emulator world, where we'll run it on one version of an emulator, try to play back the same file on another version of the emulator, and it won't synchronize. And what you're seeing here is all of my testing took place on my own personal NES, and the Nintendo here is slightly different timing, just by some chance, and my settings didn't work, so we desynchronized. Do you want to restart? Or do you want? Let's skip forward.
You want to skip forward?
Yeah, let's skip forward.
All right, well, let's go to Mario Kart then.
Yeah, go ahead and kill that one. We'll go back to Gradius. Boo?
Bummer.
I know.
So somebody...
Yes, I mostly killed my own game. So, I think we're going to skip right into
the special cup for
yeah, we're
Mario
going to
Kart.
do the special cup. So Rob here can do Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. You'll see him again in just a second, hopefully on a different console. We're going to move into a different bot created by Micro 500, this guy right here. His bot works on Nintendo 64 games. And
It's sitting over here.
Yes,
Like
I'll let
what?
him take the show on what we're actually doing there.
We're going to play Mario Kart 64. We're doing the special cup. I only just found out.
What's that?
He's not on camera.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm getting ready to turn on, but yeah. Well, I only just found out last night that it works, so we decided to throw it in. Drew Weatherton is actually the one that made the run, but it's from like 6 years ago, so it's kind of suboptimal. But
2007.
7 years? Yeah. But the glitches are fun to watch, so we threw it in, and hope you enjoy it.
The reaction we got in the practice room was
Yeah, everyone
so
seemed to like it,
intense,
so-
we just had to put it in.
I can talk a little bit about why it's suboptimal, and we're going to show another run after this of the Mushroom Cup that will be much better played. So this is a special cup run on the 150cc difficulty level. You'll see Mark Jones on Wednesday playing through all the cups at this difficulty level in GP, and you'll see him do some of these tricks, but not all of them, because they're very challenging. So yeah, there's a finish line glitch here that I'm going to go right to the second lap right there. That I abused throughout this very short 3 laps. Actually, this is one of the least optimal tracks. Michael Freed demonstrated that you could turn much faster. You could probably finish it in under 20 minutes, or 20 seconds. Okay. So yeah, that was DK Jungle Parkway. The next one, I believe, is Yoshi Valley, and it will be short and rather abused as well, including the intro that I was told was annoying, but I enjoyed it. So same thing, you can abuse a finish line glitch here by hitting this line and falling to the ground, and then the game thinks you've actually finished a lap when it puts you down. And now in time trials, you'd normally just use another mushroom to jump that fence. I had to jump the fence by running into it, which is something that a friend of mine, the late Michael McMullen, came up with back when I made this run. It's a little slower, but I had to do it because otherwise, if I tried what I did on the 3rd lap for the 2nd lap, it would have not triggered the lap. So it is a little slower, as you saw, but I had to do that. So the next one is you'll see some more standard racing. It's the Banshee Boardwalk, and
Should leave that for a surprise.
yeah, this course does not have any shortcuts except that it does, as I'll demonstrate. Yeah, so in GP you have the advantage of the CPUs which you're competing against, but sometimes you can use them to your advantage. And you'll get a little confused maybe after the first lap ends as to why I'm stopping and doing weird things. Oh, I should mention manipulating items. So you can get a mushroom in first place. It's about as likely as any other item. Maybe a little bit less so than some, and a little bit more so than others, but it depends on what frame you press the Z button to trigger your item on. Well, in tool-assisted speedrunning, I can check every frame and just hit Z on the frame that would give me the mushroom. And sometimes the mushroom is the best item. Here we go. So thank you, Bowser, for helping me out there.
Oh,
We got it.
Hey, Adam.
hey,
Delicat.
Delicat.
Hey, you hear me? So I should introduce Adelicat. Adelicat is the current site administrator for TASvideos.org, which is the main website to go to for more videos like this. Adelicat is the one that created the Gradius run that we just saw desync marvelously.
Sorry about that.
But I wanted to invite him to come on Skype just to kind of give some background on TAS Videos itself and where it all came from. We might try to do that after this run, but
If there's anybody fit to represent
spell
TAS
my name.
videos, it's
That's
a
all I
Democrat.
wanted to see.
I would say so.
So the racing during that was not quite optimal, but the jump was something that's probably not, it's not easy, it may not even be possible to do in real time. You need to get really lucky with where Bowser is. Now this is a very interesting race. It's not quite what you'd expect. Why am I going backwards? Is it desync?
Nope.
No, that doesn't.
That's fine.
Holy shit. Of course, it's M500. Yeah.
It's been a while.
So I'm not even explaining, I guess, that I had to go backwards to get a shell to hit me over the edge, but if I had only gotten hit by the shell, I would have just tumbled straight down. I had to hit a mushroom right as I got hit. That's called a, I don't know, item cancel, maybe? And it lets you actually jump instead of tumble. The green shell, however, lets you tumble forward. The red shell makes you tumble straight down. So the green shell is better. I would rather have gotten that on the first lap, but you're not able to get green shells in 8th place. And because I turned around and went backwards, I was actually in 8th place.
Wellington, I got a question from the TAS Videos IRC channel.
Okay.
Can you get a blue shell in first place?
You cannot get a blue shell in first place unless it's a special item box, which appears on I think it's 2 levels. Or if you're manipulating, you'll see on the other tasks, the finish line can be abused.
Beautiful.
All right.
This was a really good idea.
Yep. Well, so we'll do Mushroom Cup next. This one is a much newer run that you're still working on, right?
Yeah, it's technically only been seen by a few people. So this will be the unveiling, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Delicate, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. So you want to take this brief break to talk about what TAS Videos is?
Want to play it or?
I guess so. TASvideos.org is a site, well, a community of people who make movies like what you're watching here. We do it for, a variety of platforms, anywhere from old school Nintendo all the way up to Wii and anything. I think what else? We also do a lot of work on, emulator work, and we have to obviously do custom emulators and tools to achieve these results. So if you're interested and want more information, just go to TASvideos.org. We've got plenty of videos and content about what we do and how we do it.
So, Delicate, I'm going to have you hang on the line if you can. We're going to go through another Mario Kart run, and we'll try to get Gradius up and running in a minute or two.
All right.
So one large difference between the prior run and this run is how I've been tool assisting, the game. Previously, I actually had a controller and I was sitting there playing with the speed slowed down and just trying to get the mini turbos to be optimal and trying to get what I wanted to occur. This run was done with a virtual controller where I'm actually controlling the button input through a mouse.
Actually, I haven't seen this one yet.
So I have a lot more precise input here, including these huge jumps here, which are called the mile-style jumps, because Miles Buckram was, I believe, the first one to ever actually do one, even though it was believed to be possible. So, when you watch Mark run that on Wednesday, he'll probably be pleased with something, I think, in like the 120-ish range. You just wouldn't try a whole lot of that stuff if you were not doing tool-assisted speedrunning. So here, there's not really a shortcut on this course, honestly, but I do go ahead and manipulate 2 stars by turning around, getting into second place, and getting 2 stars. You can get a star in second place. You can get most items in second place. It's just very unlikely. So that would be if you did that in real time, you would be beyond ecstatic. It just isn't likely. There is competition in speedrunning in the 150cc GP mode. But if you were to go and try to race one of these courses, for example, to get to Moo Moo Farm, you'd have to get past Luigi Raceway first. So you don't get many tries on it. So the times aren't really as optimal. time trials is very optimal. So we've done some speedrunning on, or tool-assisted speedrunning on that. I think Michael Fried is one of the big ones who's done some stuff there. And generally, we can only beat the world records by a few tenths of a second, maybe half a second. So whereas in the GP mode, as you can see, we can beat the world records by tens of seconds, a minute, because you can do things that are kind of crazy. A lot of the time when I was using a mushroom there, I was doing a tool-assisted only trick, and that is when you slide, if you oscillate the control stick left and right, every other frame, you actually get a slight boost in speed. So, and I don't even think you could get any boost in speed if you tried that real time, although I haven't tested extensively.
Probably not.
So that's an example where the game accepts the input, obviously the system accepts the input, but you wouldn't try to do that in real time. Here is Koopa Troopa Beach, which I went ahead and got in second to get a star there too. You'll see me get 2 more stars in this race while in first, but if you pay close attention on the bottom left, you'll see probably that I go into 8th for maybe 1 frame, and I use a boo. There we go. So I use the boo while I'm in 8th place, technically, because there's one polygon right there on the finish line that is mislabeled, I think, and thinks that you're back 1 lap.
Nintendo's so good at making games.
Yeah. There's several courses that have that glitch, and if this run included Royal Raceway, you'd see it used there, but it doesn't. So yeah, I'm just manipulating stars when I can, and then mushrooms when I otherwise couldn't do that. And here's one example right now where I'm going to be oscillating the control stick. I think that saved me a few hundredths of a second there to flick back and forth as fast as possible. The next one is really, really unique. Nothing quite like it in the game. It actually, so Calamari Desert has a intended shortcut in the train, which I believe, I actually saw an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto. They're like, hey, is there any secret in Mario Kart 64? Because there appears to not be, and he mentioned this shortcut, so at least that's what I recall. So it's an intended shortcut. So what you do is you go through the tunnel, and normally you would go back through the tunnel and use a star while you go past the finish line. You're next to the finish line. I go ahead and come in this direction on the tunnel, shoot off that shell, turn backwards, lose the star, because if you keep the star and go back across the finish line, you'll lose your lap. And now I'm trying to chase down that shell I shot off. And I need to catch it, otherwise I'm stuck in here. And I'm not too worried about catching it because I got to try every single frame that I turned to see which one was the correct one. But it still was challenging to line that up and get the timing down. So we're 10 seconds from the end, believe it or not, because that's... There you go.
That's all part of the secret route, right?
Yeah, that was an intended shortcut, right?
Oh, yeah.
So just fun things you can do when you have the ability to save the position you're at and go back whenever you make a mistake or to try different things. That's really the fun part of tool-assisted speedrunning. It's like a puzzle.
No game is perfect. Everything can be broken.
Okay, so $10 from Cam as the guy who made the game. If I want to be the guy Gaiden doesn't meet its incentive, I'm going to cry myself to sleep while eating a tub of ice cream. Regardless of how much I end up crying, keep up the good work for the good cause.
Which one are you doing next? I think we're going to try Grady's again. Let me get it.
Now that we have a deli cat on the line.
We should.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Excellent.
Apparently, we have crashed TASvideos.org.
Excellent.
Sorry, Delicat. I think.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
Take 2.
All right, take 2.
Once more with feeling.
So, Delicat, why don't you take some time to tell people how you did this?
All right. Actually, I do want to correct whoever was speaking a minute ago. Actually, this did not involve Lewis scripting because this actually predates the concept of Lewis scripting being put into emulators for our purposes. So it was actually a custom hacked emulator that allowed me to create macro files, basically combinations of input that I could feed directly into the emulator, which is a lot more painful than Lewis scripting, and that's how I did it.
Adelicat had me switch over to a different emulator called VizHawk for my mushroom cup. Well, it's going to be the next run actually, to be able to use Lewis scripting. As he mentioned, it makes things easier.
And basically what we're doing is what I didn't have for the Gradius run. So we had to actually had someone custom make an FCU version that would allow that. So this run, what inspired me was the run by Morimoto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It was one of the few runs on the site that kind of showed off inhuman playing, but with a different goal in mind. So instead of speeding the game as fast as possible, he was just showing, superhuman reflexes and how that could be interesting too. And it was an older run and it was kind of out of date and there were some things we could do better. But a lot of people were like, well, how do you obsolete a run that's just for entertainment value? And so for me, that was kind of a challenge.
Oh, no.
Why? There for a second.
Yeah, why? We ran this literally, what,
It is
15
running
times?
under these cables. I don't know.
Yeah, that is oh dear. That might not be helping. We're going to abandon Gradius again. Sorry. Yeah.
I was hoping to get.
I think this is the first time in history we have mercy killed the same run twice.
I moved
Yeah.
it if you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened before. That's never happened before. Okay, I think we are going to switch back over to his bot to do the bid war win, which
Probably is
probably still
0 star.
Probably, yes.
All right.
Can somebody check the bid war?
I assume it is.
Mario 3 only had $1.
Yeah, Mario 3 had $1.
We
Come on,
appreciate
Mario
love
3.
for Mario
We
3.
appreciate the dollar.
Last time we checked it.
No, there was love. There was love.
Yeah.
It's not much.
A love,
A single.
a singular love.
What?
Are they
Really?
There's 25 cents difference.
$228 for Super Mario Bros. 3 and $228.25.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
No, it's close.
so 0 star is the winner, I guess.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Let's make sure.
Sorry to all the Mario 3 fans.
Okay.
Super
Or the
Mario
single
64
person who put in
is
200.
by far more visually impressive to people
is.
who are unfamiliar with TASing.
Yes.
It's got a great legacy of improvements too.
Oh yeah.
I think seeing Mario 64 go from taking 70 stars
Yep.
to like 40 something to 16
Yep.
to 1 to 0.
Backward long jumps.
Yeah.
All those fun glitches.
Yeah, so it's a great
Back in the day
example
when it was
of
just
collaboration,
Yeah.
both in speedrunning and in
we
tool
do have that
systems.
70 star run with no backward long jumps. No.
We got time. We can
No,
do it.
no, we don't. Well,
We got a
no,
couple
we're
minutes.
saving the time.
So obviously unskippable cutscene to begin.
Yep.
This is the run.
But yeah, we
So
mentioned
one thing about this run that is new, they've been improving this run for years, and it's always been like fractions of a second they've improved it. I think a big thing with this one is that they fixed the camera angles. Is that true?
Yep.
They made it a lot prettier while improving the speed.
The camera angles were not.
and that's valued significantly in tool-assisted speedrunning, the aesthetics of.
Yeah.
You don't want to just stand
'Cause,
around, for example.
we could beat the game as fast as possible and do it really boring. But you could look at the wall for the whole
It's
time,
just
or we
amazing.
could make it look pretty.
A big part of TASing is speed.
So
Is trading off speed for entertainment value. Entertainment is first and foremost the most important part of TASing, in my opinion.
Recently we've started accepting just brute force beat the game runs, but they're not as high tiered. There's
Right.
actually tiers on the website now.
It doesn't have the legacy that this has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are much higher supported on the website.
This
They're
actually
pretty
has
much.
a star. It has an award, I guess, for entertainment.
Yeah, this is one of the recommended runs if you're interested in our website.
So to mention though, how did we get in this place so early? You know, you saw them long jumping backwards, or maybe you couldn't even tell what was happening. We mentioned backwards long jumping. You turn backwards and long jump backwards, and it doesn't check for your speed.
Here's another one coming up
Okay,
that's
yeah.
really good.
It doesn't check your speed to limit it like it normally would if you're running forwards. And in fact, sometimes you'll hear or maybe see that the game's getting paused on and off quickly, and that's, I think it's called pause buffering, or what would you call it? Pause something. It actually lets
Might be
you,
pause buffering, I don't
instead of every other frame backwards long jumping, you can actually backwards long jump every single frame. By
Because
pausing.
normally you'd have to press the button on and let go for every frame. You can press it, press start, and you don't lose any frames.
Yeah, this is great. And notice the camera spinning around.
As a reminder, during this block, $20 donations makes you eligible for TASbot.
Did you talk about that? Did you talk about the prize?
Oh, I should mention this. If you win the raffle prize for this block, you will win Rob here, and just the circuit board, and also a Micro 500 circuit board that works for the Nintendo 64. So you'll be able to run,
And a controller cable for it too.
yes, so you'll be able to run NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 games that have been known to sync.
And you also get a ROM.
Yes, and you also get a Rob. He is fully functional, and one of the most aesthetically pleasing Robs I have ever seen. He is fully functional.
You also get the Legos. Can't forget that.
Gotta throw that in there.
All right, I'll throw the Legos in.
Why not?
So $50 from Sam Wen. No game is perfect. Every game can be broken. No disease is perfect. Every disease can be broken. I love AGDQ and love you guys for the great work that you do. Here's to another year of breaking games and breaking cancer.
So I believe the tagline for, I don't know if it was this movie, but one of the older ones was, have you ever wondered if Mario was a ninja? Now you know.
Yeah, clearly.
I think it's just a witch. Ninja witch.
Which, magic.
He's swimming in walls.
Yeah, when
There's
he's
that.
swimming in the walls, that is a TAS-only trick because you have to alternate button presses every other frame. Something like that probably couldn't be done real time very easily either.
No.
A little bit of black magic.
Yeah, a little bit. Smoke mirrors.
Watch him catch the tail in the air. That saves some time. So, I mean, the little
then
things that they've come up with to
yeah.
save frames here and there.
And he kills him before the thing even starts collapsing.
Yeah, and he's over here jumping on it. Positions himself well to get the star because it'll jump towards him. So you don't have to run any further. And then we stop timing right when he jumps towards it.
There we go.
Alan. For the rod is $20 minimum, right?
Yeah.
You might want to mention that.
Yeah, so
Video.
there's a
Switch video.
$20 minimum donation for the Rob during this
We need to switch video, whoever.
game.
Delicat, while we're swapping over, would you care to briefly talk about the differences in timing between TAS videos and the Speed Demos Archives timing?
Well, yeah, the on TAS videos, it's timed at on power on, and we generally prefer timing things in frames. So you'll see a video time that'll be clocked at, let's say, 50 or 60 frames per second or 60.1 depending on the results. But we count from frames from power on until the controller stops, which is a key difference because that isn't always when the game ends, because it can often be some seconds before that. Usually it's pretty close to that, but in Gradius, for instance, had it synced, you would have saw about a good minute of gameplay of just no controller being on. It actually ends about a minute before the game is beaten in kind of an epic way. So that's as opposed to Speed Demos Archive, which would start from when gameplay starts and then end, precisely when the game's beaten.
It is worth mentioning that even though we're unable to get the Gradius run to sync, it is featured on TASvideos.org, and
Right.
all of these runs are featured on TASvideos.org. You can go there and you can see all these runs and a lot more. A lot of really, really good pieces of work on that site.
And with Gradius, there is a video of it being played on a real console, console verified. So you can see that it in fact can happen and has happened, at least.
Yeah, the point of TAS is that we record the button presses in an emulator, and in theory, if the emulator's accurate enough, we could take the button presses as they are and put them into the controller port of an actual console, and it will play back.
Yes.
And that's all TAS is.
Fortunately, with the work that
List
these
of
guys have put in, we found it's no longer theoretical.
Yep.
As you're seeing here, it's real.
And the real time might be a little bit different because the console might run at a different speed, but it's pulling for input at least consistently enough that we can use the same input for both the emulator and the console.
Right. Well, we're going to try one more time with Rob and see if we have any luck.
We better this time.
Yeah, this is not going to be Gradius. This is going to be Super Mario World. Oh, sorry.
The rest of the run, probably.
Yeah. This is the grand finale.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Whatever.
AGDQ go under your estimate.
Yes.
Put a number, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give us a countdown when you're about to turn it on.
I think we're ready. You want to go ahead and turn it on?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Nope.
Oh, there's no power.
Well, there should be power. Woo! The video's in.
Fastest to no power on.
That's the
Yeah, well, we time from power on, right? So that was 0.
No, the Super Nintendo does not have power.
Yep, that's it.
So as a reminder, we're here for the to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
It's a rat's nest.
I was unplugged.
We are Speed Demos Archive and SRL. Speed Demos Archive is the premier community for video game speedruns. And SRL, the best site to race video games online against others.
Alan, the light's blinking, right? You turned on multi-tap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, 3 blinks.
Darn, I was hoping to slap you.
Oh. We did have to put this into a slightly different mode in order to get the Super Nintendo run to sync.
Whatever this run is, they wouldn't even tell me what it was.
Can we power it without?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay.
You delete the file, right?
I sure hope so. Looks like it.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
you
no.
Didn't. You didn't.
Oh, did you use a different cartridge?
No.
Okay. We got to delete
Oh,
the
no,
save
wait,
game.
maybe. If I can grab my mic.
Yes.
Okay, is that restarted? Okay. 3, 2, 1. I think I forgot to switch.
There we go.
That's better.
All right. This is a Super Mario World TAS by Master June. Contrary to what I said a few minutes ago, this one TAS is not featured on TAS videos yet. This is a brand new TAS. It was finished yesterday, midnight.
So we've done extensive testing. We know exactly what's going to happen.
All right. The only two people who know what's going to happen is me and Alan here. So
I'm looking forward to it.
everything that you're going to see here is
Seemingly random.
seemingly random, completely intended, despite what it might look like.
Whoa.
What is that?
That was dope.
Oh,
What he's actually doing is spawning tiles in a specific order there's this thing called the OAM, which is just a table which contains all the physical, graphical properties of all the of all the tiles on screen. The P-switch is really the key factor here. What he just did right here, he stunned one of those flying item boxes, which basically means that he made it act like a Koopa shell. And then he...
This is a snake run.
Yes.
It's a good time to say that Tommy Refriends donated $500. I'm loving this TASbot run. Great work, everybody.
That smiley face is Master June's avatar.
Hey, Tampa. Hey, Tampa. Okay, Tampa. Go grab a controller. Plug it in.
I'm scared.
I guess I'll take this opportunity to say, I was hoping to be able to explain this in more detail, but I forgot how quickly everything happens. Basically, the gist of it, he did a lot of things, and he was able to write his own code in the game while it was running. So he was able to program both Tetris, Pong, and Snake in the game without hacking it.
Through the controller port.
Yep, and yes, through the controller
Pick
port.
a game.
It used all 8 controllers that the SNES can support to be able to do that.
So, they are now competing against each other. Who's on top? Wait, don't answer that. So, this is also a great opportunity. I'm going to pull these out now that I can. These cables are a little bit unusual. I had to fabricate these because a normal Super Nintendo on a controller cable only has 5 wires hooked up, and I needed all 7. The reason I needed all 7 is the reason I needed all 7 is I needed the extra data and the extra IO select pin that you would normally find on a multi-tap. So this is technically a multi-tap controller cable, and this is also technically a multi-tap controller cable. Each multi-tap can serve 4 controllers, so if you're keeping score, that means we just hooked up 8 controllers to a Super Nintendo with really interesting results. The extra controller cables were allowed him to shove enough data down the line in order to program a game through the controller port alone.
Okay. I just got approval to be able to talk about this. The original plan for this whole thing, by the way, this is called Total Control for apt reasons. The original idea for this was to create all of Super Mario Brothers inside of this game and then TAS it. That ended up not being possible. We don't have enough time per frame to be able to do it, to be able to write the whole game. So it's unfortunate, but it would have been nice. And this is pretty good too.
Yes. So now's a really good time to just say thank you to everybody who made this possible. I've basically been the project manager to make this happen. I was going to do it all on my own, but there were so many people who were interested in contributing that I hardly had to do anything. If you would like your own NES, SNES replay device, you can order them at truecontrol.org. We just /dotted that. They are $43 plus $2 shipping if you wanted it fully assembled. You will have to come up with your own controller cables, but you can order the board that allows you to go into a real Nintendo or a Super Nintendo if you want. I'd also like to say thank you to all of the TAS videos users who helped out. There's been so many. Alari helped with the emulator to dump the files into the format that we needed for the bot. Somebody named Zid helped with initial verification that we might not be able to use Raspberry Pi GPIO pins. Ooh, sad day. That was good. Obviously, a lot of credit goes to Micro 500, who came up with the first NES bot. He's sitting right here, and I owe him a huge round of applause for making this very possible.
I think a big thank you should go out to the guys that actually made the runs that we ran tonight, because they put in the hard work to actually make the buttons and run the games and make them pretty for you. So
obviously, Master June did all of the work on this run you're seeing today. Delicat, who was on Skype, did Gradius. This guy right here,
live and in person.
Weatherton did the Mario Kart TASs, and
there was a lot of them on the Super Mario 64 run.
Yeah, how many are there?
It's like 7, I think.
It's quite a few.
I'm hoping, if it got set up right, I'm hoping the names were on the screen in the stream.
At least it's not the 120 star.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
120 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't load that on my computer.
That's the neat,
because the file name was too
I think
long.
we mentioned it before, but that's the really neat thing about tool-assisted speedrunning is that it's very collaborative. It tends to be. You get whole communities involved in actually making a single run. I know whole communities get involved in developing strategies for single runs in speedrunning also, but then it's 1 or 2 people running through it to actually execute the run.
TAS Videos also, I should note, TASvideos.org has game resources for a lot of different games. Those game resource pages are extremely useful for people who are doing real-time runs because they contain information on how the game mechanics work internally. And there's been a lot of collaboration between Speed Demo's archive group and the TAS Videos group in the last few years.
I'd also like to thank P4+2 for making this possible. He's the guy who helped out with the original credits glitch for the Super Mario World glitch %, which has come a long way since then, clearly. And also Bahamut, one of those, for being a really big influence on the whole matter.
Indeed. And with that, I think that's everything. You can put that and go to the end. The end.
That smiley face is Master June's logo.
Okay, so a $100 donation from Maxdroid. Just wants to let us know that his mom fought and beat cancer a while ago, but understands how hard it is for those who aren't as fortunate. He strongly believes in what we're doing and wants us to keep it going.
Put it on, so I
Thank
don't know how to
you.
get it out.
Make a jump.
Hello everyone, this is AGDQ 2014. Awesome games done quick. We are raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It is a non-profit organization that supports cancer prevention research, education, advocacy, and outreach programs nationwide. Every last bit of your donations goes straight to them. We are currently setting up the TASbot, which is a robot that has been programmed to play video games. And we have got quite a crowd out here to watch this goofy thing. The incentive for which Mario game for it to play, Super Mario 64 Zero Star Run has won, so we'll be seeing it play that pretty quick. Raymond L. donated $20, says, "Greetings from Australia. I lost a very close family member." Oh, excuse me, I read that wrong. "I lost a very close family friend due to stomach cancer about 3 years ago. His memory will never die within me, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon AGDQ/SDDQ. Keep up the good work, everyone. I'll be watching as much as I can when I'm on break until my PhD starts. Love from Australia." And he puts a little heart. Gimmick Theory donated $49, says, "Thanks for everything you are doing. I enjoy watching the games. Cancer is no gimmick. Let's beat it together." Green K4 donated $30. Says, "What's up, all you beautiful people? Green K4 here. Thank you for doing everything you do, and let's continue to infinite combo cancer. Shout outs and good luck to my TSSB people. And sorry I can't be with you this year. 2015 for sure. Much love and PogChamp to all of you, runners and viewers. Put 25 to Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, being as I'd like to surprise my best friend with that run, and maybe the prizes. Super early, I know, but still. And the rest to ActRaiser too, because PJ needs to get the world record on stream." Jason donated $20. Caught SGDQ last year, was completely blown away by all the runs, especially Zost's Super Metroid run. Can't wait for the Zero Mission run and Super Metroid race. Last one out should save the animals. Now the next incentive after this, after the TASbot, or the next one on the list, I should say, is for I Want to Be the Guy Gaiden. The incentive is to have Yagamoth play I Want to Be the Guy Gaiden. It is set at $1,000. It only has 10. If you want to see this guy play this incredibly, ridiculously, stupidly, hilarious, difficult game, you should probably get that money in. We are setting up the TASbot right now. TASbot is programmed to play several different games, one of which is going to be Mario 64. I believe it is also going to be playing Gradius. And it is built out of a Rob, so it's adorable. Sir Tonk donated $50. Stream looks amazing this year. Congrats to Uranium Maker, Mike Uyama, and everyone else that made it possible. Thank you very much. Should be noted that the Prevent Cancer Foundation is actually named a few donation comments here. Sandizzles donated $175. Thank you very much. It says, first time watcher, and like so many others, I've lost too many friends and family to cancer. Thanks to everyone involved in AGDQ for supporting such a great cause. Thank you for donating. Remember, this marathon is being put on by both Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live. Speed Demos Archive is the premier community for video game speedruns. If you go to twitch.tv/team/SDA, you'll see a ton of great speedruns there. Speedruns Live is the best site to race video games online against others. Players of all skill levels are welcome, whether you'd like to become competitive or race casually with friends. If you go to speedrunslive.com, you can see more information on that and watch some great speedrun races. Some of our sponsors, the Yeti, THEYETEE.com. They have a line of AGDQ t-shirts again this year. $3 from the sale of each shirt, it goes directly to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. If you go to theyeti.com/SDA, you will see where you can pick up your awesome nerd shirts. Let me tell you, just about everyone here has been wearing a Yeti shirt. So they're good stuff, high quality. GameSpot donated the cameras to use for our marathons. That's why the marathon is such high quality. So giving them a shout out. Now, Twitch TV has obviously made this stream possible. They also have a donation incentive for the whole marathon. For every 1,000 viewers at the stream's maximum concurrent viewership, they will donate $50. So that means if the stream tops out at, say, 25,000 max concurrent viewers, then that will be a $1,250 donation. 50,000 viewers will be a $2,500 donation. And the maximum donation that they will give is $5,000 if we reach 100,000 concurrent viewers. So spread the word, get it out there so that way we can get an extra $5,000. And if you want to spread the word, let people know that this is going on at gamesdonequick.com. You can use the hashtag AGDQ2014. Get that trending. Let people know these games are getting destroyed. And we have apparently started the robot apocalypse because we're teaching one of these robots to actually do speedruns. We are setting it up right now. And also, if you donate during this TASbot demonstration, you can apparently win the TASbot. Have your own robot minion play video games for you. Speaking of which, Freebie donated $250, and they say, putting in a donation because of the great cause and the fact that I need that TASbot. Put $100 each to each of the 2 F-Zero GX incentives because people need to see CGN in all its mind-blowing glory. Put the last $50 towards going into the animals room at the end of Super Metroid, teabagging them and then leaving them without saving them, or just killing them if you want to be boring about it. Toodles! Alexander H. donated $50. Says, I've been watching CGDQ in 2010. Been watching ever since. And it just gets better and better every year. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much.